Not dangers to society, society is a danger to us. The crime rates of mentally ill people are not evidence of something inherent to us. It is evidence that mentally ill people are targeted by police, marginalized by society, and put in situations where they are more likely to commit crimes. We are made homeless, unable to work, unable to afford care, unable to survive. The solution given is more violence against us. The solution should be support. Where mental illness intersects with systematic racism, the outcomes are even more violent. In 1859, the great abolitionist John Brown led a group to seize the Harper Ferry Armory to arm slaves. They were sadly defeated, and at trial, John Brown said, "Had I so interfered on behalf of the rich, the powerful, the intelligent, the so-called great, or on behalf of any of their friends, either father, mother, sister, wife, or children, or anyone of that class, and suffered and sacrificed what I have in this interference, it would have been all right, and every man in this court would have deemed it an act worthy of reward rather than punishment." As John Brown recognized, the legality of action is determined not by what is just, but by those who are powerful. And in the U.S., that continues to uphold a white supremacist legal system. This doesn't only apply to activists. The rate of drug use is the same between black and white people, but black people are imprisoned at 6 times the rate of white people for drug-related offenses. The murder of people of color by police almost always ends without a conviction of the officer. We shouldn't be asking about the legality or asking what the police have said. We should be asking about the morality and the truth. Enzo and I were arrested without cause, but you know what? I'm still walking. Enzo's still walking. We're still both alive. I wasn't beaten, tased, or shot. As you will hear from other speakers today, people of color often don't escape these encounters with police unharmed. We don't just want these monuments to go, although we certainly do want them to go. We want these monuments to go because they're symbols of the white supremacist system of this country. The fact that monuments to a group of people who fought to preserve slavery are standing in the capital of North Carolina tells us all we need to know about the North Carolina government and the U.S. government. That racism runs from local police forces like Raleigh PD, who worked with the Sons of Confederate Veterans member during our arrest, all the way up to the highest levels of government. This is a nationwide struggle, and in fact a worldwide struggle. In Haiti, they have a road named after John Brown, and they're still struggling against the racist imperialist occupation of the U.S. In Europe, Islamophobia is on the rise. In Brazil, Afro-Brazilians are beaten by militarized police. In Zimbabwe, the people have been forced to pay reparations to white colonists for land that was stolen in the first place. This is a struggle which must be fought everywhere, but we're right here, and here's where we're going to fight it. Justice for DeAndre, justice for So, justice for DeKears Franklin. And if we don't get no justice, shut it down!
You don't get no peace!
And now we want to welcome Miguel up to speak.
My name is Miguel Staten. I'm the uncle of DeAndre Bella, I'm the uncle of DeAndre Bella, who Enzo mentioned earlier. The same unjust system that arrested them for putting sheets on this racist statue is part of the same system that refuses and has refused for the past 7 months to give my family any answers as to if they're going to press charges against the man that killed DeAndre or not. The current sitting DA has refused to the media and the general public to even release this man's name that killed him. At this point right now, we plan on taking our actions to the governor's mansion to ask him and for his support and forcing the Durham DA and the district attorney to do their job. The district attorney said she would not make a statement about this case unless the mother of DeAndre Ballard made a statement about the case, which hasn't made sense to me, nor has it made sense to anyone else that has heard it. So anything that anyone can do to help me continue to push for answers from the governor. Be greatly appreciated by me and my family.
Is it? Okay, I didn't. There's not a button. Hi, I'm Joe Baldoni Carlin, and I've been involved in many of the cases around the toppling of the statues. I was arrested in 2017 in relation to the Durham statue coming down. Yeah. Woo. I was in Chapel after the statue came down in Chapel Hill. We saw enormous repression by police, especially both Chapel Hill as well as UNC police, and then also all the police that they brought in. I was arrested again because I happened to be standing in one place. They pushed me to the ground and then told me to get back. When I was on my back and couldn't move, that was when they decided, oh, you're resisting an order because you didn't get back, and so I got arrested there as well. I've been facing a lot of harassment from police, but in all of these encounters, I've always come away with my life at least. The same is not true for everyone. The same is not true for Dunkiers or DeAndre. We must stand up and fight the white supremacist paramilitary groups that come and invade our public spaces, our universities, our homes, our communities, and we must push them back. But we also must recognize the white supremacists that exist on the forces that are then put forth as that are said they are going to come and protect us. We must push back against universities when they try to say that they're going to deal with the problem of armed white supremacists walking onto campus by just arming more white supremacists inside in their own police departments. We shouldn't at all be surprised when we find that these officers have fascist fascist tattoos when we recognize the actual history of police. Recognize the fact that police departments came out of the very same slave patrols that these paramilitary groups, like the Klan, like the Ku Klux Klan, like the Oath bringers, like the Stormtroopers themselves, developed out of. They share a common ancestry, a common heritage as organizations, and they play off of one another. So we should not be surprised to see the continuation of the oppression of people of color in this country by police. Their job is not to protect the law. Their job is to contain communities, to oppress groups, and to maintain the power of white people over other groups. And further, we shouldn't even be surprised beyond that, because in this country, because this country is and always has been a white supremacist settler colonial project built upon stolen land, stolen labor from people that were torn from their homes and forced to build the very things that we see around us, and that continues to this day. Hey, ho ho! This statue's got to go. Hey, ho ho! These racist statues got to go. Hey, ho ho! These racist statues got to go. Hey, ho ho! These racist statues got to go.
Woo!
Just want to thank y'all for showing up. This fight isn't over here. The statues on the state capitol grounds are not gone, and this fight won't be over when they're gone, and it won't be over once they're gone, because we know the systems of white supremacy aren't going to vanish overnight, and we're going to continue fighting them. If y'all would join me in a chant, it's saying the names of DeAndre Ballard, Denkhurst Franklin, and So Hugh. Say their names. Denkhurst Franklin.
Tom Cruise Franklin!
Say their names. DeAndre Ballard.
DeAndre Ballard!
Say their names. Soheil.
Soheil!